I am Coach Ray. I spent 23 years in the Navy. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I had a pretty rough childhood. I spent most of my youth looking for a role model, looking for that kind of person that would really be able to guide me and lead me. I was raised by my stepfather. He wasn't really that much of an effective guide for me. He was a wonderful provider. He made sure we ate. He made sure we had a place to live. But he was one of those fathers that we shake hands. We don't hug. Kissing is definitely out of the question. And if you need to talk about something that's mushy, go talk to your mom. Well, a lot of our sons are being raised that way. And it's not doing them any good because they need to hear it from a man. Back to that original phrase my brother gave me, iron sharpens iron. I need my father to tell me and educate me in the way that I should go, in the way that I should walk, and how I should stand up as a man. A woman is going to be a wonderful provider and give us that nurturing side of us to help us raise a little girl or be softer in our young child's life. But they really don't have the skills to sharpen us as a man, and how to walk as a man, how to really treat a woman, how to represent ourselves, and how to open up to other men. So, my stepfather, like I said, was a very strong role model, but not really affectionate at all, or not really a leader to me. My biological father was a homosexual, so I wasn't allowed to be around him. There was no contact with him whatsoever. And I thank my grandfather for that, because he wasn't having it. It's like, he knew, well, this is definitely not the example that I want you to be around or follow, so we're going to nix that relationship. So I appreciate that. But at the same time, growing up without him, I did want to know this young man. I did want to know my father. I did want to have a connection with him. And I did have some questions for him. What would make this lifestyle more important for you than having a genuine relationship with me? I didn't do anything wrong with you. You know, I didn't do anything wrong. Why can't I have a relationship with you or be around you? Well, his bad choices led to that. And some of our bad choices are going to lead to some bad things in our life, and we need to protect our kids from that as well. But one thing I did have, I had a grandfather that was absolutely the man. Right? I didn't say the man, he was the man. You know, he was very demanding on how to develop a relationship, very demanding on education, very demanding on being respectful, and also very demanding as far as stand up for who you are, because you better be somebody. You better grow up and you better do something with yourself. Very spiritual, always walked around with his Bible, always read his Bible, never went to church. You hear what I said? Never went to church, and knew the Bible probably better than the pastor in the church, because he read it and he studied it. And a lot of us, men, I'm talking to us, a lot of us will not go to church. But that doesn't mean we should be robbed of this valuable education that's hidden between the pages in the Bible. Valuable education about leadership and guidance, because it's about a relationship, first and foremost, from a father to a son. Help me out. From a father to a son. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's that relationship from father to son. Even if we don't have one now, or we didn't have the proper one we needed growing up, there's still that father-son relationship that develops amongst us. And some of them might even be younger than us. We might be 50 years old, and some 40-year-old young man is really kicking us the science that we need to hear to help prepare us for the rest of our life, prepare us to be that premium quality grandfather that we need to be for these young people. I've had the privilege of training over 150,000 young men and women when I was in the military. Personally, myself, I trained over 150,000. That's unfathomable to most people. Not just to meet that many people, but to actually train them, to actually be influential in their life. And I asked them a lot of questions because I wanted to be able to be effective even after I left the military, which led me into the life that I am now. I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a personal coach. We teach martial arts, we teach boxing, we teach communication, open communication in relationships. So those questions and that training with them helped lead into this next phase of my life, which is let's share these tools that are valuable as far as helping us develop as people and as leaders. I'm going to level the field real quick. All right? Everybody in here is a leader. So what are we? Leaders. Everybody. All right? So from this moment on, I want you to think of yourself as a leader and a manager. You're no longer just, oh, well, I got kids, or oh, I'm the receptionist, or oh, I'm the janitor. We're leaders. First and foremost, every one of us is a leader. Every one of us is an example. Every one of us is a role model for something or somebody. If we fall down in the street, face first, people are going to step over us, people are going to walk by us, and they're going to wonder, why is that man down there on his face, right? So you hear that title? Man, we are leaders first and foremost, and we need to stand up in that leadership.